alive. I want to see just how well I fight against these guys. I know where Kiribaldi is. Pfft, even the game doesn't. Well, it's somewhere that you're exploring next year, right? Huh, here we go. I'm never going to be taking that. Dwellings, eh? The natives were beardless. Food and gold were given. There's 500 people living there. Well, who am I to doubt it? I do, however, want to see this in action. See, even when fighting against the Indians here, they match me tit for tat. Same discipline, same morale, same tactics. And this is when I have a morale advisor, so that's kind of nasty for me to see. Wow, it's a wipe for the books. Okay, I want a bunch of you, say 10 of you, to take care of that. It's already adjacent to the City of Victory. And I'm going to keep calling it that. Too bad for you. Take our claim, take our other claim, work your way north. You guys go for the Konkan. Yeah, go for the Konkan. You guys work on the blockade. Jake even struggling against primitives. Oh, we've had our struggling against primitive days. Don't you know it? Right, Parma's finally been cored, which means it can be religiously enriched. It's also having units standing guard on it, which should take care of any Ferrari separatists. There's a bunch of other separatists which rise up, but they're mostly over here as best I can tell. Where my muckle army is. Now I think you have nowhere left to explore. Great, we could always go around the world again. But what I think I'd rather is 1, we upgrade you into ships that aren't terrible. 2, we take Wild Goose away from you. 3, I have you protect my trade here in Ceylon. It'll be a while before they even get there, but at some point they will. And that's some free Republican tradition to me. It's not free, it cost me 120 monarch points, but still. I'll get what I can around here. Open this up a bit. I mean, really, if I had a free diplomat, I could probably get whatever piece I want out of this guy right now. It wouldn't be extravagant, I just want Ceylon. Oh, and the City of Victory is part of that. How convenient for me. And not for him, of course. For him, it is a very sad state of affairs. I should rob him of both of his forts here. But aggressive expansion will be what holds me back. Still 5 years until our ritualistic beating down on the Spaniards. Also, you are not blockaded, are you? Go help out with that, please. Oh, wow, you are not in a good place, are you, Salzburg? Let's bring our diplomat with the French home. Salzburg really backfired here. They thought their alliance with France would keep them safe. Oh man, just give me male land. It's all I've ever wanted. Of course, no one's going to give it to me, but I just need them to break up with France or something similar. Or if they're forced to release Milan. Oh, that would be something else. It would get me all hot under the collar. Chol is down, Pune is down. I think I'll just have you hold that. You move over to Bayapur. Poor Gujarat. I'll naturally take all of his money, and I mean all of his money. Then we'll see about the land. Malabar, I believe, is the center of trade. And then I want those forts, of course. And hey, people just don't seem to mind. Still want that fort though. What would be the better way to cut it? Is that it? It doesn't get me Vigianagar, but Vigianagar is super expensive anyway. 60 overextension. Thanks for the great ideas, everybody. Oh well, 41.1. If I had a little bit more absolutism, which could be arranged. It's naturally ticking up from this though, isn't it? It's a bit of a shame to waste it like that. Still, 59.6. I forget when the events tick. Yeah, I agree, it's better to take both forts. Ocha, that's expensive, isn't it? And that's even worse on the overextension. There's nothing saying I can't sit on the poor chap for a while. Just means a longer, more expensive war. Also that when I take the land, I have to consider Spain. I hate considering Spain. No one should ever have to consider Spain. Might settle for this, come back for the rest later. Gutted, but it's probably what I should do. Yeah, I need to get those cores going so that when I fight Spain I don't have any disgusting overextension. The clergy is losing power. I don't think I've punched anybody for... I do like ducats. I like ducats rather a lot. What I'll do is I'll get that, I will get that. I will also generously donate that money that I punched out of the other guys. Oh man, how much did that hurt my admin? How much did I just lose out there? Put me out of my misery. Don't even have much to do with it, but I could always tack up. Somebody would have been paying attention. Just how much admin did I chuck away there? Jake, how much do you value buildings? I often see you just sitting in ducats. I like having this because I have a no loans policy. It's not that I couldn't be building buildings right now, but they would have to give me some good returns. Yeah, like you, for example. Even arguing would give me good money. That's unusual. Some of these, though, like I also consider where they're going to be. If it's built in a place that I actually capitalize on the trade on as well, then that's better. But yeah, I mean, I don't spend a lot of time worrying about my buildings. Generally let other people build them up for me. Although one thing I could certainly do with is a lot more manpower. Unji, for example, could bring me that manpower. You had 853 admin. Oh, thank God I didn't lose any. I mean, I lost 4 admin points. That's a huge load off my back. Alright, keep the everything rocking, guys. We'll make our peace as soon as he's willing to give it to me. Okay, surely he's on tender hooks here. I mean, I beat him pretty hard there. I think he built those units and either got hit by a revolt or decided... Okay, he builds them and he realizes he can't afford them, so I'm probably going to force him into bankruptcy with this. So he's daft as a bag of bricks. Just get back down here. The Ferrarans are likely going to rise up in Parma. It did say Parma, right? Yeah, nothing to worry about there. These boats are going to die sitting where they are, though, which is unfortunate. I had wanted to get this... this siege finished. You guys have shipyards, that's good. Get you repaired up on the double. Ah! How convenient. How inconvenient. Now he's coming to fight me. I would like to destroy his fleet entirely, but... okay, that was incredibly ill-timed. I'm not willing to lose a fleet over this. I can destroy his another day. 55 or 71 overextension. It's going to have to be 55. There was something else I was trying to consider here. It was coalition o'clock, but only with Gujarat themselves. And I don't worry about that. Pleasure doing business. It feels so good to actually be able to put financial pressure onto countries again. I'm just going to drink my sailors, actually. If only I had my maritime ideas fleshed out. Right, there's a shipyard there in Malabar. Great opportunity for you to get refreshed. Also, top tip, a lot of people don't know this, hold control when drawing your square, you will only get navies. Won't pick up any armies this way, just navies. The reason we don't have one for armies is because you by default take armies. When does Jake vacation ends? I've just taken a few days off, it hardly counts as a vacation. At least I'm not counting it as one. Okay, it's core o'clock. Let's get them all done, even though it's a bit expensive on the war exhausting. Also gives me a half decent control over Ceylon, so we're going to collect. Who's our most useless trader? Ragusa sticks out. Who do we have? Vienna, Venice, Sevilla, Ragusa, Caribbean, Timbuktu. Well, you are bringing it north, which brings it into Sevilla, which isn't bad, but this guy's probably not doing a whole lot. 2.19 to the Caribbean is a bit disgusting. Alright, Ivory Coast, man. You're being relocated to collect in Ceylon for me. And he's on his way. When will Jake's few days off end? I'm off tomorrow as well, tomorrow being Monday. And then I'm going to work for 3 days and take another 5 days off. It's been good to get all this streaming done. Feels great. Okay, what also feels great is eyeing up Salzburg in their moment of whatever the opposite of triumph is. When that war is over for you, I want to know all about... Paris has fallen! Austria haven't forgotten. Scotland kind of regret pulling me into all those wars that made me not want to be their ally. Well, it sucks to be them. The colonies don't seem very aggressive on the war front. That's fine, they just do their stuff in the New World. I see Spain wants to give me more land. That's very nice of them. Scotland can't hold on to a single bloomin' colony. They're so shameful. So France will pay money to Austria. That pieces France out, but they're still allied with Salzburg. But Salzburg's about to eat it really badly. If I have the force limit, which I do, I'm actually going to erect a army for the homeland as well. I could afford mercs, so it might be an idea to have them. Don't need a lot more, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got the 4 cannons, the 4 horses, and then I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not ideal, but I'll roll with it. This will be my army for the old world, because I'm backed up by 22 particularly aggressive papal men. Just have you hanging around in Roma. Revolt. What? Where? Was that in my colony? Forgot about you guys, didn't I? And I doubt that the ultimate barbecue can handle such a thing, because he's not very strong at anything. There you go. Say goodbye to your debts, now get on with everything. Probably be less effort for me just to ship my army over there. I did just build one. And again, there's not much point in not adding all this to the company. And with this, oh nice, I like the border I made here. I can claim both the provinces that I truly want, which are the centers of trade. Then again, higher development provinces are generally always better. Well, you first, then you, and then we can consider more down the line. My truce with you goes on for a while anyway. Jake, remember about the cultural enrichment of the Irish people? All in due time. I think England's time to fall will come, just not currently. Alright, since I don't believe for 5 seconds that the Brazilians can manage themselves, let's get you guys shipped over here. Finally, I can re-rival the Ottomans. Which means I get all that power projection from privateering them once again. If I had more naval force limit, I would send more boats to go and privateer them. Incidentally, I have a lot more naval force limit, so Operation Screw the Ottomans is always in effect. How much is left in Spain o'clock? 4 years, I believe. This is our very own 4-year plan. I have a bit of a concern, and that is that, you know, I now have a very large army dedicated to being overseas. It actually has more cannons than it should. So I'm wondering if I can manage Spain with the army that I have still here. They've also befriended Shanghai, who aren't particularly strong, but I still don't like them being there. Also, no guarantees that I can beat Spain on the seas still. One wonders what you're even doing there, War Galleon. Go meet with the others. And I'm considering building more. I'd bring those 6 back in with you. Otherwise, it might be worth my time. 6, 7, 15... 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Seems clever. That'll be our attack force for you. Could definitely do with that navy tradition. Oh, I do love the people around me sometimes. Excellent. Look who's back in business. Sadly, he changed the religion here, but I think it's food time. Hang on. If you're not using those, are you using these guys? You're not meant to be on automatic transportation. Gingham. Like some merge them with the other guys. But also, surely the ultimate barbecue can deal with 7,000 rebels. Surely. Because I now need to deal with you before you make any friends. Milan will be mine. Well, Bohemia would help me out, but Bohemia would do anything for me. Means I need to clear away a lot of you guys. Actually, you guys could just go and tenderize them straight up. MTSC2 knows how to do it. Oh, I love whoever did this for me. It was you, Austria, wasn't it? Oh, look at what Austria did! Poor Salzburg had all of this, and now it's just been stripped away from them. But they still have that French alliance. Hostile privateers cost us 4 ducats, not crying over that. Wasn't MTSC on you? Could have sworn he was. It's not as many cannons as I like for a battle, but it was a foregone conclusion. Vassalize Salzburg, think of all the cores. See, vassal feeding, we did it out of sheer necessity earlier, but right now, I mean, I desperately need dip power for everything. The ultimate way for me to get just raw development right now, as best I see it, is to conquer it from here. Which does remind me, Imperial Conquest is going to be really good when I go ham on these lands. I will be going ham on these lands. Now, protecting our trade here, which is good. You guys are getting back there, which is also good. I'm just going to mothball you guys for now, because there's no point in paying the extra. And we'll get more claims on Malawa as time goes on. And Uchiang Yi. Stay in power for as long as possible, please. You do me a lot of good. Both of these are... Oh, Miltech 21 is going to frazzle the Spaniards. And they won't even feel it. As long as they don't get it as well. But Antonio Trastamara is probably going to bring them well on track for it. So, 67. I gotta be ready for that. I do not have a large army ready for this. And yes, I know I have a lazy merchant. I earn a bit of money here. So it might be worth my time transferring from Bengal. It's tempting at the very least. But there are probably other places where I could collect just as well. Like here, all that money being sent off to the Gulf of St. Lawrence when I could be drinking it myself. I won't stand for it, and it'll give me access to trade goods overseas. Okay. Still thinking about these Spaniards, because my army is not super hot. There are war with Tunis and Austria and God knows who else. None of my friends want to join in because they're awful. Well, no, Bohemia would join in. I don't know how useful he'd be, but he would get involved. But yeah, don't have the most impressive army back home to deal with them. I got you, and I got you, and a bunch of you. Basically, I got everything minus 44 of you. I forgot about that 21 stack as well. That's not a huge amount extra. I just need the flexibility of moving my units around. Jake, don't you lose tons of power in your home node by collecting elsewhere? Yes. However, my home node is Venice, and I'm about to eat Savoy, who have 17% of it, so not a concern. In fact, if I get good enough, it would be worth me moving my trade node away from Venice because nobody could threaten it.